Welcome to CAPS 13 News. I'm Courtney Head. It was a confusing time when COVID-19 first appeared in the United States. Communication grad student Caitlin Barnett wanted a deeper look into the confusion, giving her and her research a big win. The communication department at Pitt State is celebrating a big win. Caitlin Barnett won first place at the annual Capital Research Summit with her presentation of how people in the Midwest received their information when COVID began. Caitlin is a communication grad student at Pitt State, and she says she wasn't expecting some of the results she had found.
I think it was just very interesting to see where this information was coming from, where people were finding their extra information and the significant differences, because I didn't expect some of the results that we had gotten.
Now with a big win for her and the communication department, Caitlin says that finding out she had won was a big shock to her.
Oh, I was shocked. I honestly was shocked. There were so many awesome submissions from PSU students. A lot of them were in the physical sciences, which I was just blown away just reading most of them, because I was like, okay, I was very proud of the study that we had done.
Caitlin wasn't the only one proud of her study. The communication department was as well. Program director Dr. Troy Como says the faculty is always proud of their students and is really proud of Caitlin.
I think as faculty, we're always proud of our students. That's the reason we're here. You know, faculty want to see students succeed. I know it's what drives me every day. So to hear that a student, wins a statewide award like that, competing against some good competition, I was really proud of her.
Caitlin wasn't the only Pitt State student to walk away a winner. The judges also picked 2 other Pitt State students for top awards. Courtney Head, CAPS 13 News. Pitt State has many traditions, but March 1st marks the 115th celebration of Apple Day. Unfortunately, organizers were no longer able to celebrate to usual lengths, so Apple Day was combined with Tag Week this year. As celebrations rolled on virtually on Monday, then throughout the week in reality, as you may have seen tags across campus on installments donated to PSU by alumni. You may have even been lucky enough to find a ticket for a prize from the bookstore on one of the back of one. If you want to see more kinds of different cultures, there is an event for you next month. The Pitt State International Showcase will be held at the Bicknell Center on March 27th at 6:30 p.m. Free tickets will be available starting March 15th at the International office. 100 seats will be available for both students and the community. The artwork you've done now has a chance to win a big scholarship. The Crimson Creative Awards is a great place to showcase your work with there being different categories offered. A chance to win $200 Amazon gift card is also being offered. Pay your fees for admission to cc.pittstate.git.com. Seniors are facing the stress of graduation and might need a few tips on how to cope. CAPS 13 reporter Claire Vogel has those tips.
Seniors have had a lot of stress on them as they prepare for graduation. Professor Gil Cooper gives his advice to seniors as they prepare for their upcoming changes.
I think there are a number of things that seniors can do to help relieve stress. I'm a really big fan of saying that you should set aside time for yourself, and that should be guilt-free time. So you may be thinking as a senior, oh my gosh, I have all these projects, I don't have any time to set aside, but it's important to have that break and then not guilt yourself for it. That's going to make you function at a better level than if you're completely stressed for 4 hours straight.
As long as seniors set time aside for them to relax and take a mental break from the stress from homework, it will help them in the long run to have a better semester and make sure that they are in the right mind to finish their college careers.
Upon graduation, I am definitely feeling all of the stress that I think all seniors are kind of going through right now. These are like unknown times, and this is, just a big life event that we're experiencing and going through. One of the ways that I like to relieve the stress is I love watching different documentaries on Netflix just to kind of take it all in, and I love hearing different stories, and that's one way to kind of escape.
Spring is in the air and the temperatures are starting to rise. Seasonal allergies are right around the corner. According to the American College of Allergy, Asthma, and Immunology, they gave some tips on reducing allergies. Monitor the pollen count through the radio and newspapers. Keep your windows and doors shut in your home and car. Know when the pollen count will be at the highest and avoid going out during that time. Shower after you've been working outside or playing outside. wear an N95 mask when mowing the lawn or other outdoor chores. Good nutrition is a key to staying healthy year-round. Here's how to get the nutrition you need on a daily basis. For college-age men, the USDA recommends 2 cups of fruit, 3 cups of vegetables, 4 ounces of whole grains, 6.5 ounces of protein, and 3 cups of dairy. For college-age women, they recommend 2 cups of fruit, 3 cups of vegetables, 3 ounces of whole grain, 5.5 ounces of protein, and 3 cups of dairy. If you checked out Pitt State's social media, you've probably seen students get recognized by the Students' Recreation Center. Throughout this semester, students going to the rec center have been recognized on Twitter by their social media page. Each tweet has a quote from a student about why they use the rec center and an image of them with a recognized sign.
Our social media page wasn't like really anything. It was there, but not really used. Me and another guy, so we looked at other campus rec pages to get like just ideas on what to do. And we saw that they recognized their people that came in, and we thought that'd be good to bring to us.
After the break, we'll take a look at a church catering to the international families in Pittsburgh.
Hey Guerrilla Nation, this is Stu Height, Chief of Police here at Pittsburg State. Hope you're off to a great semester, and we want to just give you a couple of reminders of how to take care of your valuables. Please don't ever leave them unattended for any length of time at all. We live on a very safe campus and a very safe community, but you can never be too safe. So if you ever need anything, if you have any questions, any concerns about anything ranging from parking or just safety and security, please feel free to call us anytime, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Go Guerrillas!
Let's take a look at that church that includes different kinds of culture and diversity. Caps 13 reporter Jackie Chang has a story.
Sunday is the day for the Christian to do the worship. In Pittsburgh, there is a church for the Korean to be together every week. The pastor of the Korean church, Isaac John, said the Korean church wants to build a family for the people that is far from their hometown.
We want to be a family member to others.
Yeah.
So not only Korean students, but also international students and in the community.
Yeah.
So we offer our place to meet together and play with them.
People gathering in here are not just to pay their passion for the religious, but also be together with each other and helping each other for the Korean community around here, especially to help the international students that study in here.
This is kind of my home. I feel like once I got to church, I feel like I'm at home. Yeah, so they give me a lot of comfort. They encourage me a lot. So they're really helpful for me in all my life.
Except for gathering the Korean, Pastor John wished the church can be a bridge for different culture.
So what I learned is that we are all different. We must respect each other, and cultural misunderstanding can happen on both sides.
Yeah.
So I want to be a bridge builder between U.S. culture and Korean and Asian culture.
Jackie Chang from Cap 13.
The job opening for clerical assistant is available at Axe Library, and you can apply right now. By going to Gorillas for Hire from the PSU website and checking on the On-Campus Jobs tab, you can apply to become a clerical assistant for Axe Library. Clerical assistants help organize books, files, and take calls from people. The job pays $7.25 an hour and can be built around your schedule. Applications for the job are due by March 5th. The Pitt State track team competed in the indoor track and field tournament. We'll have the results after the break.
The Pittsburg State women are getting ready for the MIAA tournament this week. Here are the team's thoughts on the upcoming matchup with Nebraska Kearney. With the MIAA tournament set to begin, the Grillers are looking forward to their rematch with Nebraska Kearney as they get a chance to avenge their loss from earlier in the season.
I would say that they're, a team that's probably playing at their best, just like we feel like we are as well. And, it's a lot of the same players from last year, and obviously the same players who played them this year. So, I feel like both teams are going to know each other's traits, and everybody's going to know what each other's running. Might be a few wrinkles, but for the most part, it's going to be very similar. So we're just going to have to be ready to go and sharpen up what we've already done.
Coach David believes this team has learned from the first matchup, and now it's all about just leaving it all out on the court.
Just some minor tweaks that, like, hey, look at this. This is what they're trying to not do or trying to do, and then we just have to really try to expose that or make the most of it. Like, if that's what they're going to do, fine, but then go be ready to make the next play.
With it being tournament time, that can mean added pressure for seniors. And with Maya Williams being the lone senior on the team, she's going into the contest like any other game.
I don't really think there's added nerves to it or anything. I'm preparing with the same intensity, and I feel like we all kind of have this shared attitude that we'll do whatever it takes to win, like we will with any game.
Knowing that they played this team before, it gives the Grillers added motivation.
We were playing with them the whole game, and we had them down in the fourth. So if anything, it just gives us more confidence to know that we have all the things that we need to play with them. So we feel like it should be a tight, close game again. So.
Pittsburg State men had a big game over the weekend with postseason implications. The Gorillas looking for a chance to punch their ticket to the MIAA tournament against Newman. We'll get things started here in the first half with a nice corner three by Martin Vogt. He had himself a nice day with 16. Then RJ Forner says, I can do it too. He hits a corner three. After that, we got Bobby Arthur Williams Jr. backing down his defender with a nice jump hook. Then Arthur Williams looking to go to work again, but this time dishes it out to Cameron Horter for the corner three. Gorillas looking to start fast, but Newman would have something to say about that. Ian Lee trying to do his best to keep Newman around with the triple there. And then he would knock down another one. And boy, did he come up big today. That was 6 of his game-high 23. We have Quentin Hardick Jr. with the nice pull-up jumper at the elbow. Gorillas push the lead to 8. But then Angelo Santiago with the tough and one to close the half. And we'll bring it to late in the second half. Tyjul Hereford with the 3 to make it a 1-point game. Newman would not go away. And then we got Joel Boyce with a nice crossover and finish to give Newman the lead. But Arthur Williams Jr. would respond with the up and under to get the lead right back. But then Joel Boyce again. Same move, and yet you guessed it, same result. Newman regains the lead with just under 20 seconds left. And a late shot can't save the Gorillas, and it's a tough loss for the Gorillas on their season as they end at 10-12. Pitt State's track and field teams were in Topeka recently, competing at the MIAA Indoor Championships. The men's team started out well, finishing in third after day 1 of the championships. But individual titles by Tevin Wright Rose, Raymond Brass, and their distance medley relay, along with other top finishes, helped Pitt State's men take home their 7th MIAA title in program's history. Coach Kyle Rutledge says he couldn't be prouder.
From top to bottom, watching the guys from the 5K, the 3K, the DMR, you're talking about our throwers showed up big. Our jumpers did very well. Just a complete team effort from top to bottom, and that's what makes it fun.
Now, the Pitt State women finished the championships in 3rd place. Now both teams are looking forward to nationals. 11 athletes from the men's team and 6 from the women's will head to Birmingham, Alabama to compete in the 3-day event starting on March 11th. We'll be right back with more news after this.
Student Government Association election campaigning is underway. So far, only one pair has announced their candidacy. Kendra Brenner and Bella LaRue have put together a party with several other SGA senators to run for office. Their platform is based on advocacy, outreach, unity, and well-being.
Through this, for our campaign goals, we want to mainly unite all the students. So we've worked through the past year and 2 years with our experience in the organization, coming up with ways to advocate for students and bring more to the table for SGA to be an outreach for students.
Online voting opens March 5th, so be sure to voice your opinion. That's our show for this week. Thanks for watching.